Om Shanti. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's Power Boost meditation and reflection experience. And today we're going to think together and explore the real self, the real identity, and noticing how I feel about myself is connected to what I really think about myself in terms of who I really am. It seems very basic, but we can begin to notice through the practice of reflection and meditation the connection between how I feel about myself and what is the basic understanding of who I really am. So it seems simple, but it's actually kind of a deep topic, and we can enjoy exploring and getting to know again who I really am. Today we talk about a real ID. Well, what is my real ID, my real identity? So with this, we're preparing for this weekend in this country anyway, called Independence Day. And we can think together about what is true independence, true freedom from the inside out, which would be true everlasting freedom when I am in connection with my real ID, my real identity. So just to get us started, I'll share a few thoughts with you. This morning, during morning class, I attend spiritual class every morning. And this morning, one of the topics was having mercy on the self. And we could think, okay, so what is having true mercy on the self? In general, we would think of mercy as being kind, being caring, loving, benevolent. All of these are connected with mercy. I remember one of the first times that I visited our headquarters in Mount Abu, Rajasthan in India, a number of years ago. And I met a yogi who really, meeting her, touched my heart because I had an experience of incredible unlimited mercy. And each time I would meet her, we would meditate together, I would come away from that experience again with this feeling of incredible mercy. And I felt like something in me had opened up. And of course, I was hoping that that mercy would stay with me forever. At the time I experienced it, it felt so natural. And I felt like, of course, this is a part of me now. And I'll live my life from this mercy. And somehow, little by little, I couldn't quite hold it or keep it flowing as long as I had hoped. So this morning, that reminded me again of that experience of true, unlimited mercy. And this is a mercy that is not an ordinary mercy. It's based on something divine. So it's actually divine mercy. And yes, it is inside of us. I did have that experience. It was stimulated by meditating with a senior yogi, but it definitely opened up like a flower, something inside of myself. And the qualities of that mercy felt very soft, very natural, and almost like melting into like soft white feathers of a swan. This was the quality that I felt encompassed by. So let's think a little together about what is it to have true mercy for the self, because all of our relationships start with the foundation of how I feel about myself and what is my understanding of myself. And then when I'm in touch with my original identity, which includes this quality of mercy that I'm sharing about now and remembering an actual experience I had, then we feel, as a natural ripple effect, these qualities of kindness, benevolence towards the self, and caring. And of course, with that comes forgiveness. Not a forgiveness just for the sake of forgiving, but based on knowledge and wisdom, knowing that when I forgive or let go, I become truly free. I can celebrate independence when I'm forgiving and letting go. And I often think of an example would be children on a playground. I remember when I was a teacher for preschool, I would be on the playgrounds at recess, and I just would kind of, glance around the playground, and I started to see which children could play easily with one another, and which children maybe didn't play so easily with each other. And if they fell down, they would cry and then need kind of help getting back in the play of the game. Whereas another child would really fall, and like nothing, would just bounce back up and start playing again with even more enthusiasm. And that, I was reminded of that just now, how we play the game of life and how often we can bounce back up, has a lot to do with then how much we can enjoy life. So I think having mercy on the self is getting in touch with that bounciness inside, that resilience, that softness that accommodates my own shortcomings when I fall. And what I noticed about this one child is he didn't even seem to notice when he fell down. I noticed, but he didn't notice. He just bounced back up. So it's interesting to think what qualities in the self actually emerge more of this boundless energy of loving the game of life. So that's a few thoughts as a context. The other thing I wanted to share this morning is about this abundant joy, right, that this child seemed to have, and he seemed to have a limitless supply of it. So this is one example, I think, of when we're in the awareness of who I am as living energy. So here, one of the things we learn about is that I am this living energy, this life-giving energy, and I'm not the physical form. So just that reminder, how often can I be in that life-giving, loving, flowing, letting go, forgiving energy, like the child on the playground? And when might I be like a touch me not plant, a little delicate, a little bit affected by everything? And in meditation, especially those of you who've been doing it now for a while, we realize that we can build our inner capacity to accommodate life more, and we become stronger and stronger. So this too is also having mercy on the self by taking a moment every day, hopefully longer time, to just go inside and increase spiritual capacity. So let's do that now together. And let's enjoy knowing that every time I pause and I reconnect with who I really am, so I am not this face, I am not this costume, I am the living light, the sparkling radiant star seated in the middle of the forehead, behind the face, behind the eyes, and just right behind the brain. There's a unique seat that I can occupy, which is when I'm in the awareness of the soul, the eternal living energy in the temporary body. We're just connecting with the real identity, the soul behind the face, behind the brain. A point of incredible stability. Just being in touch with this incredible point of stability. The eternal energy of the soul. And just that reminder brings what brings, in addition to the stability, the experience, the actual experience of the inner qualities that are always there, such as joy, purity, love, and divinity. My real identity of divinity. And this frees me, right? Frees me right up. If I was caught up in something like some scene out there, immediately just connecting frees me up. And the other thing is this empowerment, that the more time I spend with myself, giving myself the gift of my real identity, it keeps building a capacity for more love, more accommodating power, and a generosity that just flows out, right? So meditation builds that stronger capacity of the real identity. And this is a real identity that is there already. I'm just watering the seed, helping it to grow. And this is what we can call remembrance. So every moment that I can be coming from this place inside, my actions will be fruitful. My thoughts will be uplifting, giving me happiness. And my words would be words that are based on my qualities of love, my qualities of peace. I wouldn't just say whatever came to mind because I had lost my capacity to restrain myself and wait until I'm in touch with what is real. Because if I lose my self-identity, my real self-identity, then I might say things that would cause harm to another. It wouldn't really be true. They would be sort of a temporary mood that I had gone through, right? And then I might regret if I hurt somebody's feelings later. Whereas building spiritual capacity to stay based in my true spiritual identity is very liberating and freeing, because I'm more likely to be coming from the qualities that give me happiness first, and then of course give happiness to others. And then I would feel very good about myself that I was actually expressing what is really inside of me. And when you feel that congruence, the connection between how I really am inside and then how I share my feelings with the world, it's a nice feeling because there's a harmony, and I feel connected from the inside out. And this, of course, brings me freedom because my conscience feels at home when I'm coming from my true identity. I'm more likely to do things that are in alignment with my conscience, my real self, that gives benefit. So this is a gift for you, for me, for us to unpack on this weekend that will be starting of true liberation, true independence, and of course, true independence always leads to true interdependence, so that our connections and relationships are no longer ones that give sorrow, but when I'm coming from true identity, my relationships, my connections actually give me joy and happiness. And where every time I can come from who I really am, in my thoughts, words, and deeds, I feel real, right? Coming from the reality of peace, the reality of love, and my relationships are also strengthened, and we all together are contributing towards that world of true freedom. And freedom is not freedom from each other, but freedom from old habits, right? Freedom from just reacting rather than coming from that inner stability and strength. So having mercy on the self, kindness for the self, as I soften into this divine energy. And of course, I can always remember the source of divinity, which will keep empowering me. And when I'm connected to divine love and the source of divine love, then I feel that spiritual capacity getting stronger and stronger. So happy True Independence Day. Enjoy experimenting with these pure feelings, pure thoughts for the self and for the world. Om Shanti. Take good care.